Here.
Lisa Harnish,
Here.
Marty Hyan,
Here.
Maria Hinoas Pressy.
She's absent tonight.
Thank you. Nancy McMorris Addicts.
Here.
Oni Marchbank's here. Laura Million, sorry.
Here.
Oscar Porras,
Here.
Robert Salazar, Patrick Swab.
Here.
Thank you. We will now move to the election of the Budget Committee, Chair and Vice Chair. Okay, Marty, I see you.
Thank you. I just wanted to make a comment before we begin, if that's okay, Madam Chair.
Okay.
And I have to pull it up, I wrote it, so I get it right. So when I was first elected to the board, there was a long-standing tradition on how the budget elections were held and who could hold the chair and vice chair roles. 3 or 4 years ago, all this got tossed out because it didn't fit with someone's agenda, I guess. I'm not really sure why. Anyway, there has been no consistency since then. I believe that the board and the community should have a right to know what to expect. And since we don't, I don't plan to participate in the election of chair or vice chair. Thank you.
Ashley?
I would like to nominate Lisa Harnish for chair.
Okay, prior to the nominations, I would like to remind the committee of the following. All committee members received the voting procedures in an email prior to the start of the meeting, if anyone would like to reference it. It takes a vote of 8 to elect a chair or vice chair, a majority of the committee, not a majority of those present, even if there's just one nominee. Nominations do not require a second. We will use a roll call vote since we are meeting virtually. No other budget committee business can take place until the chair and vice chair are selected. Okay, I will now open it up for nominations for the budget committee chair for 2023.
Sorry about that, Chair. Okay, I would like to nominate Lisa Harnish for chair for this year.
Okay, Ashley nominates Lisa Harnish for the chair this year, okay? Is there any other nominations? I will now ask the Budget Committee Secretary to take a roll call vote with each committee member stating yes or no. The Budget Committee Secretary?
Yeah, she's getting there.
Trying to find my
Okay,
papers.
thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is there a way for us to see the people in the room when we're on Zoom, or is that not possible?
Yeah, you just need to turn on the camera.
Yeah, we can't see any of the people in the room on Zoom.
Erin's working on it.
We look great.
Thank you.
They do look great, though. They want you to know. They look really good, especially Patrick for his first budget committee meeting in the center, right in your chair, Ashley.
I don't doubt it. I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm sick. I don't want to expose all of you.
All right, Cassie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I'll start with Oni Marchbanks. Yay or nay?
Yes.
Lisa Harnish. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Barbara Gio.
Yay.
Oscar Porras,
Yay.
Nancy McMorris Addicks,
Yes.
Laura Million,
Yay.
Patrick Schwab,
Yay.
Ashley Carson Cottingham,
Yay.
Maria isn't here. Karina Guzman Ortiz. Aye. Osvaldo Avila,
Yes.
Marty Hyen,
Abstain.
Satya Chandragari,
Yay.
that's 11 yays.
Congratulations, Chair.
Thank you. I think you pass it to Lisa now.
All right, as the new chair of the Budget Committee for 23-24, Lisa, would you like to take over and facilitate the elections for the vice chair, or would you like for me to continue with the vice chair elections and then take over the meeting?
I will defer to you, Chair. I'm happy either way.
Thank you. So I guess now we're going to elect a vice chair. So we will now move for the election of the vice chair. The same procedures, reminders are in place. I will now open it up for nominations for the Budget Committee vice chair. I see hands. I'll get to you in a moment. Okay, Dr. Satya.
I would like to nominate Oni Marchbanks as the vice chair.
Ashley.
I was going to nominate Karina Guzman Ortiz for vice chair.
Okay, so we have, is there any more nominations for vice chair? Okay, so now I will ask the Budget Committee Secretary to take roll call vote for each committee member stating yes or no.
Okay, I'll start with Oni. Will you be voting for yourself or for Karina?
I will vote for myself.
Okay. Lisa Harnish, will you be voting for Oni Marchbanks or Karina Guzman Ortiz?
Karina.
Okay. Barbara, will you be voting for Oni Marchbanks or Karina Guzman Ortiz?
Karina.
Oscar?
Karina.
Nancy, will you be voting for Oni or Karina?
Karina.
Laura?
Oni?
Patrick?
Karina.
Ashley?
Karina?
Karina?
Myself.
Osvaldo?
Karina.
Marty?
Abstain.
Satya?
Oni Marchbanks.
Okay, that is 3 for Oni and 8 for Karina.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Karina.
Thank you so much, Oni, for your service as our chair for this last cycle. We really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Oni.
Okay. And so now we're going to turn it over to Superintendent Perry.
All right, Superintendent Perry, thank you so much.
All right, good evening, everyone. Don't they look great? You can see them now you can't see me, but you can see them. So thanks, everyone, for being here. So tonight I'm joined with our new superintendent, Andrea Castaneda. So welcome, Andrea. Yay. And I'm going to give her a part of this budget message tonight because it is the budget message that she is going to carry into next year. So we've kind of split the script. You have slides that you can take notes on. When we get to the end, I will give you your budget book. We'll take a break. I'll walk you through some things. And this is my 19th year. Can you believe that? I know. And when I was standing where she was, the superintendent at the time said, "Hey, you want to do the budget message?" And like some eager person, I said, "Sure." So first of all, thank you for what you do. Over 19 years, I probably worked with about 150 budget committee members. And every time they asked me hard questions, they questioned the budget, we got kind of better together. And for a volunteer place, I really appreciate your time. So we, as the financial team and district leaders, put a lot into proposing this, but at the end of the day, it's yours to approve. So it's always my goal to not have you make changes, but along the way, I've just met some really dedicated people that really cared about our kids. And so for that, for the 100+ budget committee members, I thank you, and to Sarah and her team, I also thank you. Okay.
Superintendent
Yes.
Perry,
Yes?
I didn't see an email that sent slides, so I don't have anything in front of
They
me.
are posted in the supplemental material online. Sorry about that. Yep.
Okay,
You're welcome. Yeah, so they should be right under the agenda, should be posted online there, and we'll post the budget, the proposed budget and everything online at the same time. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Superintendent Castaneda, and she is going to do the first section. So welcome. Your first time at this podium.
Thank you, everyone. We all saw that moment when Superintendent Perry started to get a little emotional. I could see it extra because I was sitting next to her and I could see that something was stuck in her eye.
That was it.
And I do just want to say what a privilege it is to be the eager person that comes after such a skilled, generous, and deeply gracious leader. I am delighted to be here to help with the presentation of the budget message tonight. And as I jump in, I do want to thank Superintendent Perry and the executive team for the amount of work they've poured into me. Learning this has been one of my priorities, and it has been a lot of work for them to get me to a point where I can stand in front of you today and do my best to represent a complicated and important budget. So first, this budget presentation is really going to be centered on the strategic plan. You'll be hearing and seeing us come back to that over and over. And you'll see on this screen an early draft of that based on the integrated planning application that we submitted to OSDE. You've heard about that a lot. I believe that this is going to become our near best friend as we move through the coming months and years. This is still in draft form as we finalize the plan with ODE, and we'll make sure that as we work together, we'll be developing the right kind of data and metrics to track our progress. So let's talk a little bit about the integrated plan and the outcomes for the upcoming budget year, which is really a budget year and a program year. The integrated plan includes 6 outcomes that reflect what we believe is the most critical work of the district. And we'll be doing everything we can to stay focused on that and to fund that in ways that are within our reach. Generally speaking, you can see those outcomes on this slide, but sense of belonging, regular attendance, students on track for English language proficiency, third grade reading, ninth grade on track, and on-time graduation. And this set of 6 is really kind of a powerhouse. If these things are true for our students, many other important things are true as well. So they're designed to really center our work, but for tonight's presentation, center the budget. So it's been said by many people before me, and maybe even many times at this podium, that a budget document is a strategy document. And so really what we're in tonight is a strategy presentation that happens to be about resourcing. So tonight, we're going to set this up pretty explicitly in that way by showing you and talking you through investments that correspond to each of those 6 major outcomes. And we hope that this gives you a chance to really be able to think about this $1.3 billion budget, not just in terms of being strong fiscal stewards, but really in terms of whether or not we are making investments that correspond to what we say our priorities are. I'm confident that you will feel that way. We'll be sharing how our grants and other funds braid together to support that work, because while there's lots of different slices of money, it is our job to make sure that it works in concert. And then you'll hear this a few times through the course of the night. We are entering a time of financial uncertainty. It's true in Salem-Keizer. I would just extend that to say that it's true nationally. There's a lot of things that are shifting in the funding and the enrollment environments across the country. And we will figure all of these things out together. Uncertainty is the time when a strategy-driven budget is most important, because if you're clear on what you need to accomplish, the navigation of the uncertainty is within reach. Okay. So let's linger ever so briefly on financial uncertainty. The Oregon legislature is still in session, and they're not set to complete until June 2023. The proposed budget is built with a $9.9 billion state school fund assumption. That $9.9 billion is unfortunately less than what we would estimate a current service level budget for Salem-Keizer Public Schools to be, which is $10.3 billion. And that gap, a way to think about that gap is the difference of what we estimate it would cost for us to continue running services in the way that we are now and the way that we think is necessary. So one element of uncertainty comes from the state fund assumption. The governor and the co-chairs have set in their proposed budget some timelines and decisions that give us reason to believe that by May 19th, we'll have a more clear sense of the revenue forecast and then a more clear sense of where we land at the end of the session. This is a really important element. And while it's still a little uncertain, soon that will be resolved decisively, and we'll present a budget tonight that presents a conservative view on what may be coming. Then finally, and this is truly a national phenomenon, the federal COVID recovery money, which we all call ESSER, you may have heard about it, the elementary and secondary emergency relief funds, is going to be sunsetting in September 2024. So that is now right around the corner, and that is an important change in our revenue profile that we have to really build a very intentional plan for. And we'll join every other district in the state and in the country in making sure that that feels manageable and that all of the change management for people and programs is brought along on a steady pace. So let's talk a little bit more about ESSER. So it is the final, we're in kind of the final lap on ESSER this year. And after September 2024, there will be a brief period where we can continue to spend it down, but really that deadline, September, is the date by which we need to be done spending this money. And We are budgeted right now with about 170 full-time staff that are funded out of ESSER. And those fund positions like nurses, school-based health assistants, social workers, teachers. So people who are performing really important work in our schools. Those are some of the reasons that we are thinking about the next steps really carefully and treating this budget as a transitional step towards being prepared with a clear plan. The ESSER funding here in Salem-Keizer Public Schools was really critical. We used it to fund our return from CDL and hybrid learning, and we've continued to use it to focus on health, safety, and stemming learning loss that was associated with COVID. And once we kind of weave together these 2 points of uncertainty, the biennium plus ESSER, it just even more starkly tells the story of the necessity for intentionality, communication, and the production of a thoughtful plan that moves us all through this together. Okay, so next, enrollment is the key driver of revenue in public education. And here in Salem-Keizer Public Schools, we have been experiencing declining enrollment. It is a steady trend. It is not a cliff, but it is a steady, slow erosion, and one that we're keeping a close eye on for a number of reasons, including but not limited to its implications for revenue. What you'll see here in this slide is the view over multiple years, but a headline is that we're down about 700 students from the 2020-2021 school year. The average daily membership, the weighted average daily membership, so different than the number of students who we consider enrolled, is projected to be about 48,621 for the 2023-2024 school year. And as enrollment starts to decline, the weighted enrollment almost always follows in kind. So we're also projecting a decline there. As you know, our annual funding is based on the extended weighted ADM, and that uses the higher of the current year or the prior year's weighted ADM. And this proposed budget is built on the extended weighted ADM for 49,671 students. Under the current service level projected by the state school fund, the sunsetting of ESSER and declining enrollment are going to require the kind of planning, engagement, and communication that I've been starting to mention in this brief introduction. And this is work that we're going to do together. I predict that it's work we're going to be doing quite a lot over the course of the next 12 to 18 months and beyond. And while it is sometimes hard work, it is the work we can look back on and be proud of, because we will know that we were stewards of a period that really mattered around the sustainability and the fiscal footprint of Salem-Keizer Public Schools. Okay. So let's talk about investments from grant funds. There are 5 major grant funds, including the Student Investment Account, the High School Success Account, Early Indicator and Intervention Systems, Comprehensive and Targeted School Improvement, and Perkins. And from these, Salem-Keizer receives about $47 million. These grants are in the proposed budget in Special Revenue Fund 240, and have been approved by the board as part of our integrated application. That's part of what helps us ensure that the braiding happens to achieve our 6 priorities. This application is still being reviewed by the Oregon Department of Education. And I just want to ask you to keep in mind that when we braid these strategies together, we are doing so not just across the grant funds, but also across the general funds. And it is actually quite artful by the time you get down to it, because all of this money doesn't do everything for everyone. And so the goal is making sure that we're building streams in to serve the programs and students in ways that are allowable by the funds, but still allow us to spread the money out across all of our obligations and priorities. While I'm giving you the dollar amount we are spending in each grant fund by strategy, I just want to make sure you know that those are going to be grant fund numbers. It does not include the general fund number. Okay, and so we're going to give you a kind of a quick overview now of the major areas in which we're investing these. So first, and also you can see these are the values right here that I was referencing, the ones that the braided grant funds. Okay, so we're going to talk first about care, connection, and the community. Care, connection, and community is the heart of a healthy education system and critical for inclusive environments that empower students and staff. In addition, it is essential for promoting student and staff health, safety, and well-being, and supporting and welcoming schools where all students learn and thrive. We will be investing $21.9 million in grant funds in the integrated plan to provide social and emotional supports for students. This is obviously at the top of many people's mind, students, parents, community members in Salem-Keizer and beyond. It is what many of us are thinking about right now when we're thinking about wellness, and it's a significant investment on the part of Salem-Keizer Public Schools to continue to focus on the wellness of our youth. As an example of how we braid these funds together, we spend over $8 million in counseling services, and then we match that with another $3.1 million in social work from the general fund. So you can start to see how these things end up kind of interlocking to create a more complete funding source. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about attendance. Clearly, learning cannot happen if students are not attending school or class and interacting with the rich environments that we provide in Salem-Keizer Public Schools. We want them interacting with their teachers and collaborating with peers and having those hilarious moments in the hallways and the lunchroom, and we want all of those things to be happening, and that means we need them in school. And that requires ever more work. And though attendance requirements were temporarily suspended and disrupted during COVID, we're now working to reset a system that helps ensure that students are coming to school every day on time, ready to learn. But it's still a work in progress, and this year we'll be investing about $368,000 in attendance-related activities. The next topic I want to spend some time on are English language learners. Diversity is one of Salem-Keizer's greatest assets, and we have more than 110 languages spoken in our district. We believe that students' culture, heritage, and language are assets that enrich learning environments, and do all that we can to celebrate and lift those up as a part of the school system that we provide. We also believe that teaching children to learn is an act of equity, and I would say maybe even an act of radical equity. Rich, well-rounded, wide-ranging literacy, speaking, listening, writing, reading, all of these skills, they change the trajectory of a life. And we are working hard to make sure that every student has access to the best possible tools and teachers so that they can acquire that level of rich reading, skill, and literacy instruction. Because of our population and our foundational beliefs, we remain committed to the expansion of dual language programming to support language development and multilingualism. The district's integrated plan includes $4 million in strategic investments to support the expansion of dual language programming. And it is our goal that students in Salem-Keizer Public Schools have access to a fully articulated Spanish dual language program within their resident feeder patterns, which would be a spectacular accomplishment and one that we should be really proud we are on track to achieve. In addition to sustaining dual language, the district has braided funds to continue investment in the English Language Development Program, which you might hear us tonight talk about as the ELD program, to support language acquisition at the secondary level. Secondary language acquisition is an important and it's a challenging part of a school experience for youth and an important responsibility for the system. District data shows that students who are English learners and achieve English proficiency before they enter high school graduate at rates higher than their English-only speaking peers. And that outcome affirms our commitment to supporting multilingualism for our students. This slide shows us a little bit more about the English language proficiency proposed budget, and in it you can see that we began seeing a decline in the number of students identified as English language learners on the English language proficiency assessment, which we'll usually call ELPA. During this year, so the 22-23 year, we started to see an increase in this group of students, and we expect this increase to continue during the 23-24 school year. We are also seeing an increased number of refugee families move into our area and increased numbers of students from refugee families attending our schools. For many, these are families and students with a need to learn English. We welcome them, we are eager to serve them, and we are building a budget that understands their needs and works hard to meet them. Okay, I'm going to move on to one of my personal favorite topics, which is reading. So you'll see here there's 3 major strands associated in this topic. So we've got the third grade reading initiative with $4.1 million, and I've already gone off script to talk about my love of reading, so I'll keep it under control in this portion. But it is really the door that opens the pathway to so many opportunities. And we really want to make sure that we are providing opportunities for students to decode word parts and whole words. We want to make sure that they're learning to read in second, third, and even fourth languages. And we want to celebrate the love of reading that comes through the breakthroughs in early literacy. We'll be dedicating about $4.1 million to third grade reading in the 23-24 school year. And this includes improvements in assessments that provide us early indicators of literacy development. It includes professional development, designed to provide teachers with an understanding of the science of learning to read. And it also includes support for students who speak languages other than English at home. If you are, and you might be, watching the early literacy bill move through the session, you will know that it brings some additional responsibilities and some additional opportunities, and we're watching that closely as part of this budget and also thinking about next year. 9th grade. Some of us in this room are closer comparatively to 9th grade than others. Regardless of whether we are close or far, I do believe that we can remember some of the excitement and challenges of being a freshman. It is a really important transitional year. Research bears it out over and over. A lot of the decisions students make when they are 9th graders set them on a trajectory for success or can set them on a trajectory to struggle. And that's why it's one of our priorities here. You'll see a $4.1 million investment, and that includes a strong start for high school students with additional secondary math teachers, math curriculum, and improvements in our multi-tiered system of support to meet students' needs where they are. We'll also be building bridge transitions to make the transition from bridge programs to make the transition from 8th to 9th grade a little bit more smooth and predictable for students. And then finally, on this slide, we'll see $13 million for career and technical education. Students who are career and tech concentrators graduate at rates above 99%, which is just a spectacular number. many systems break 85. Breaking 99 is like a 4-minute mile. It's really extraordinary success, and we want to continue to build on that. So we'll be investing $13 million in robust and varied career and tech offerings, over 54 programs, and we will be supporting more than 60 full-time staff who are focused on career and tech education. With these investments, we hope to continue to create even more opportunities for students to access one or more career and tech programs that match their interest and skills. And we know that by getting them into career and tech, we are opening a multitude of doors, improving the likelihood of graduation, and improving the number of skills that they walk out of our doors with and enter the world with. All right. Are you nervous? Because it's going to come back to you again in a minute.
I know. I'm like,
All right, supports for new teachers. This is my final slide before I hand it back to the real superintendent. So we know that a highly skilled teacher is the most important factor in a classroom. We have known this for a long time, and it is our ongoing commitment to make sure that we are doing everything we can to have a stable, well-trained, and energized workforce. We have some novice teachers, and because of that, we are investing in mentoring services. We're continuing an investment in mentoring services. So you can see here the rates of teachers in the early years of their career. These are really critical years in sustaining teachers and moving them from early career to career teachers. And when you can move teachers beyond that 5th year, the chances of retaining them in the profession go up dramatically. So you'll see we have the 17 mentors supporting our new teachers. And based on the funding forecast and the reality of a high number of early career teachers, we are shifting school-based supports to provide even more local in-building support for teachers as they learn the craft and can rely on an expert mentor to help them through the stages of development. By moving them into the building, we'll be ensuring that there is a minimum of 1 full-time instructional mentor at each school. And I do want to add here that this is a real accomplishment. This is an accomplishment that many systems aspire to and few attain. And it reflects a commitment to the growth and development of teachers, rigorous growth and development of teachers. It also helps build a sense of community at schools where those coaches know not just the staff, but the students and all of the opportunities of that school culture. As a result of this shift from a district to a school-based model, there is a 6 FTE reduction in the general fund. But there are 76 FTEs working as school-based instructional mentors across all funding sources, and those are ones who are supporting our new educators. Okay, I'm going to hand it back to you.
I don't know, I kind of like this sitting in the sidelines thing. Could you just finish? It's like you did this budget, so thank you. All right, so I'm going to kind of do the technical Gen Fund part of this, but the proposed budget that we are presenting tonight is almost $1.3 billion and represents the resources in the following funds that are listed up there. And of course, the largest portion, we talked a lot about grants, that $47 million she talked about, doesn't even compare to our Gen Fund, which is the primary source of revenue. So in the state, we talk a lot about the grant funding that comes to us, but the fact of the matter is that state school fund is our primary source of revenue, and it should be where we're focusing our attention as a state to fully fund there. The other special revenue, capital projects, debt service, internal service funds, we've talked about this in our brown bag lunches. Those are the funds that are outside of the Gen Fund and already have specific purposes for those funds. So my time with you is going to really focus you on the general fund. So you can go to this next slide too. So this is our general fund, $605.3 million is our general fund. I'll point to a lot of this in the budget book when I hand it out to you. As you can see, salaries and associated payroll costs make up the bulk of our resources that we allocate out. We know that it's the adults in the system that change lives for kids, and paying the adults in the system take up about 86% of our budget. I kind of always like to say it's the people that change lives. So you can see the other areas within the budget are much smaller, and the bulk is in those salaries and payroll costs. So we have some budget assumptions. Remember, the assumptions are the things that we know at the time, or can estimate at the time, or use our crystal ball to project at the time. My crystal ball has generally been pretty good as a superintendent, but this year, again, is kind of one of those odd years. So the state school fund, as Superintendent Castaneda said, is at $9.9 billion. If that changes in the legislature, we'll watch that and bring that information to you. Our estimated beginning fund balance is at $77 million. One thing to note, when we developed the budget about 8 weeks ago, we thought that was a really solid number, and we're worried about that softening right now. So we're worried that we might not be able to meet that target with some additional revenue information we've received. But we'll keep an eye on that. The salary and medical insurance that we have in this proposed budget are estimates. We are in successor negotiations with both of our associations. Both are classified, ASC-ESP, and are licensed. And until that's resolved, these will only be estimates in the budget. And the the amount of increase we've set aside in the budget as a way to project something was around $14 million for increases in salary and benefits. We have added a 2% increase on materials and services, and you're probably thinking, that doesn't seem like very much, Christy. It's not. We know what inflation is doing right now, and but we tried to build a budget that we could balance. So that number feels a little low. And then we did have to budget about 10% increase in our utilities. Just in our utilities alone, that's $800,000 increase in cost to our budget just for utilities. And what we know, we've seen the news from our utility company, that's a realistic number, not inflated. The contingency is set for $7.7 million. That seems like a big number. It's 2.9% of our general operating, and 2.9% is the lowest contingency I've come in with during my time and in the last 11 years. So that's dangerously low, even though we're trying to present a budget that is balanced and and hope for more revenue from the state. The revenue from the state looked a little more likely when we developed our budget, honestly. I'm not sure I would have stayed with that number if I knew what our conditions were now. Just for context, because $17 million seems like a lot of money, it costs us about $50 million a month in wages across all of our funds, general fund and grant funds. So it's that's only 2 weeks of operations, or a little less. All right. So some other factors in here, and I'll point to these in your budget book. But the way we began to shrink the budget and prepare for this different financial time is kind of how we went through this. So the first thing I'll point to you when I give you your budget books is we made reductions in licensed, classified, and administrator reserves. If you've been on the budget committee for a while, we bumped those up during COVID because we were so uncertain with the times. So we have cut those in half. So you'll see reductions of about 10 FTE in licensed, 11 and almost 11 and a half classified, and only 1.5 in administrators reserves because there was only 3 there to begin with. So we just took all of those numbers and cut them in half, knowing that we're in stabler times with enrollment and things settling after the pandemic. We've shifted about 34 FTE out of the Gen Fund into our grant funds and into those places where our integrated application and our goals met. So we put literacy specialists in the grant funds. We put behavior specialists in order to preserve as many school-based positions as possible during this time the general fund was not looking as bright. So we did that. I'll show you where those are in the budget. The bulk of those came out of 1111 elementary instruction. And it's really important to know, though, that these are a shift to grant funds. So people didn't lose jobs or positions weren't lost as a result of that. And it was our way to set up the general fund. We do have transportation increases. The cost for taking our kids to music, athletics, middle school sports, outdoor school, all of that, we just weren't budgeted appropriately there, so we put that in. Superintendent Castaneda referenced a 6 FTE reduction in our district instructional mentors. You'll find that in function 2210, and I'll again point all this out, improvement of instruction. We were able to fund the school-based instructional mentors at a lot of those positions out of grant funds. So we did this reduction within the Gen Fund. There is a transfer of $1 million for equity-based asset replacements. You saw that last year. Some of the things like playgrounds and things like that in some of our title schools, it just didn't have the funding to put new equipment in. So that's there. We also have about $5 million, or exactly $5 million in a transfer to asset replacement for curriculum. We talked about that last year, that by putting it in asset replacement, then whenever we purchase the curriculum, even if it ended up being in the summer, we could still do those purchases, and that money carried over. We currently have a plan that we've submitted to Oregon Department of Education to keep our curriculum updated and on track. So that's part of this planning to meet those requirements. You've seen probably some legislation around curriculum adoption and things like that. So this is our goal, to be in compliance with that. We're set in 23-24 to look at elementary social studies and science, secondary math, high school language arts, and 6-12 science are the things that we're on track to begin the adoption process for. So then that's all the stuff that's included in the proposed budget, but I want to talk about 2 other big needs. So sometimes I set big goals for myself, even though I only have, how many weeks left to work here. But one of my goals has been to get a child and adolescent day treatment center in Marion County. We do not have a day treatment center in Marion County. Every large urban area has a day treatment center for youth. We don't. So I'm currently working with some partners on that project. While it's a behavioral health initiative, and technically the behavioral health part of a day treatment center, a school district doesn't pay for. If we get a day treatment center in our community, somebody has to provide the education for the kids in the center. So within the existing FTE, I think we'll be okay with that. It will take an FTE or 2 and we'll reshuffle to do that. So that's one thing on the list. It's not exactly reflected in the budget. If we get that, our set for opening date will be in January of 2024. And then you'll see a technical adjustment in the budget for the following year so that it's budgeted in the appropriate function. And then the other thing we're working on, we had a meeting with with the board just a week or so ago around our students with really complex needs. So we have a number of students that really are struggling in the regular school environment. And we already have one behavior intervention center, but we really do need a second, given the complexities of our students. So we do have a sketch of a plan to open up a South Behavior Intervention Center. It would specialize in behavior interventions. Often we will get kids from treatment programs one day, dropping into regular classrooms the next day. And sometimes a transitional placement is also helpful. We've used our Behavior Intervention Center for that. And we put behavioral, therapeutic, and mental health resources in the space. We have a plan for also how we can shift staffing to meet that need. It's not exactly reflected in the budget. It's just something important to note. But there is a place where I've added dollars for leased space, if we can pull that off. Because our kids with some really complex trauma need much more intensive care than what we can provide often in a comprehensive school. So those things are, you won't see the direct reflection, but we've got a plan for those. So the proposed budget is $1.3 billion for all funds and includes that $605 million in the Gen Fund and the 2.9% contingency. I think this budget meets the student needs for our district, although you can always use more. But I think the budget, the way it's presented, meets the student needs. I don't know if it meets the fiscal realities and the fiscal goals of the district. So I am going to ask that the board watches that carefully. You, as the budget committee, can be kept in the loop of that. And of course, district leadership and incoming Superintendent Castaneda already have their eyes on this. For this place and time, it's the best kind of direction until we get some settling of some additional uncertainty. So with that, I feel very fortunate to have just gotten to share my last budget message. Like, who gets to do that? I feel really happy about that. You did a really good job. I think she was far superior to when I gave my first budget meeting in little old Dallas, Oregon. So thank you for joining me tonight. And we are going to take maybe like a 10-minute break. If we could come back at 7, let's just go to 7:10. We'll get your budget books out, and then I'll come back here and I'll start flagging things in your budget books. So the story we just told will make sense, hopefully, in the numbers that we share with you tonight. So thank you.
Great. Well, thank you. Well, we'll come back at 7:10. She's going to know to turn on the light, and then we'll get started. All right, so we'll come back together.
All right, so a little point of order. I do not think we still have a quorum. And so I'm looking to see, Aaron, if you can tell me who is still online so we can do a count. I've got a backup plan, though, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're good.
We have a quorum.
We're good, yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so, and we don't have much to do. I just want to kind of orient you to the budget book. I'll highlight the places that I kind of referenced in the budget message, and I'll kind of give you some instructions of how to think about it. So for those people that are online, I'm going to give 2 page numbers. So the online budget book has been posted on the budget committee page. You can open that up. For those people online, if you want a hard copy, we'll get you one tomorrow. So the first place I want you to go to is on page 47. And if you're online, it's just 1 page greater. It's page 48 in the PDF version. So I'm going to make sure, maybe Marty would give me a thumbs up if you found it, just to be sure. Not yet, they're still looking.
I have so many tabs open right now.
That happens to me. Bob, did you find it?
I found the right tab. Now I'm heading to the right page. Let's see. That was 48 for us online people, correct?
Yep. Okay, Bob, thumbs up? Okay. All right, so 48 is where the general fund starts, and that will be the primary place you review in the budget book. If you turn just 1 page later, this starts our resources, so our revenue. So you can see the first page is revenue from local sources all the way down, and you're going to look in the proposed budget column when you're reviewing this. And I'll just tell you when I go through the budget book, the things I notice. So like about halfway down the page, I look at 1,500 earnings on investment, and I look at what we budgeted in 22-23 and what we proposed this year, and I notice a jump. So then my question is, why did that jump? And so in this case, the answer is the rates are up. So our interest rates are up, so we're collecting more earnings. So that's how I navigate and would recommend you navigate the budget book. Look for those things that have changed a lot. I thought I knew the book inside and out, and when I finally got my printed copy, I said, wait a minute, something happened in payroll and in this associated payroll costs. And I go into Sarah and I'm like, I think that, what is that? Paid family medical leave gave us an increase there in the costs of our associated payroll costs. And so that's how I kind of handle looking at the budget book to ask my questions. So if you go to page 49, you will see under 3,000 revenue from state sources, you'll see the unrestricted grants and aid, and that's our state school fund grant. The first line is without transportation, and then the second line is our transportation reimbursement. So if you look between between adopted in 22-23 and our proposed, you'll see that our revenue is only up by about 6.9 million in our state school fund. That's not a lot of increase in the scheme of the budget, but that's how the revenue section works. We've talked a lot about students with disabilities, and we talked about that high-cost disability grant where we get some additional funding for kids that the services we provide would cost more than about $35,000. That high-cost disabilities is a reimbursement grant that we submit information to ODE. And for next year, we're budgeting it at about $3.6 million for reimbursement for our high-cost disability students. Doesn't cover all the costs, but it is one reimbursement source. So there's our revenue. If you go to the next page, page 50, you can see in 5,400, the beginning fund balance. That's that estimated, one of our assumptions, of 77 million in the beginning fund balance. And again, we were estimating at the time, we're a little worried that softening. If that number goes down for our ending fund balance this year, that means there's less revenue for next year's budget. So we'll have to watch that. When I think about the assumptions page, that's really the things that we're going to watch very closely, because if they change, it changes either in our revenue or in our expenditures. Okay, so next page, on page 51, 52 in the online version. If you look at 1111 elementary instruction, this is where you saw those shifts in you see the shifts in FTE. So your first look, if we hadn't gone through the budget message, might have been to say, are you cutting teaching positions? So we've made two important moves in 1111. One is we've taken, I think it's 36 FTE and pushed them into grant funds. So again, the positions still exist. And we've also, the reserves are budgeted here. So both our licensed and classified reserves are budgeted in 1111. So that's where we've cut those in half. Later in the budget book, I'll show you all the FTE changes so that it ties back to this. Okay, next page I want to draw your attention to is page 58. And then you get plenty of time to look at your budget book, because you have 2 weeks till we meet again. We again have talked a lot in the boardroom recently around our students with disabilities. So we're funded in the Gen Fund. We're funded with State School Fund, the second weight. We're funded with high cost disabilities money. And then we also have IDEA, which is a federal grant, and that's located outside of the general fund. So, but here is where we allocate the resources for our students with disabilities. So we have two different functions. We have 2220 restrictive programs for students with disabilities. And then on the top of page 59, we have the least restrictive programs for students with disabilities. And that just kind of gives you a couple places within the budget book to look. In the Gen Fund, you'll also see counseling services, social worker services, our safety programs, transportation, central office, improvement of instruction. They all go by functions through this. And the first thing I would do is just sort of orient yourself to those functions. And in each column, you'll have dollars amount, but you'll also have FTE amounts. So it gives you, here's what it costs for this much FTE or people. Okay, I'm going to switch to almost a whole new section in the book. If you switch to page 92 and 93 if you're online, this is the same numbers in a different format. So, and you don't have near as many pages or as much detail. It's just a different way to look at the same numbers. So if you look at this first page is by function. If you look at the 1,000 at the top instruction, instead of having to go through everything in the previous, this gives you instruction by elementary, middle school, high school. It gives it all in one place. So it's just like, it's almost like a summary page of all the numbers. The FTE will tie to the previous pages, but it's all done in a summary format. And then if you go one page later, this is by object code. So even though I had started to flag something that was not making sense to me in the associated payroll costs, it took me till I got to this page, this object page, that I realized, and we saw the difference of the paid family medical leave. So if you look at the object page on page 93, object 230 other, there's where our paid family medical leave is budgeted, and you can see the cost of that. So it's just 2-3 different ways of looking at the same numbers, all within the gen fund. And I could go through this all day, but I'm just going to orient you. Like, this stuff is kind of fun to me, weirdly. Okay, so 97 starts our FTE comparisons. And it shows you where things have changed with FTE. And so you look at 1111 on page 97, regular licensed. Remember, this is elementary instruction, and it shows you that change in FTE that we talked about in the budget message. I think sometime it would be fun to have a budget message scavenger hunt. Wouldn't that be fun? I could be like, hey, find this in your budget book. I'll give away a little treat.
Maybe if it were like a section.
What's that?
Maybe if it were only a section, not the entire book.
No. Well, I'll give you a hint. It's between, 95 and page 99. Go find the FTE change. Okay. And then if you want all the explanation in the world of FTE, and often I will go to this page in the budget book from previous budgets because it helps remind me what we did in the last budget cycle. So on page 102, 103 if you're online. This shows you exactly what we did. So the first section is realignments. When I talked about the day treatment center, if we open a day treatment center in January and we, within our budget authority, can put in 2 licensed educators to that as an example, the next year you would see that as a realignment in the budget because we took it from somewhere and put it in a different function. So that will be an example of, usually those are just technical cleanup things, but that could be a very different realignment next year. Then we have some other technical adjustments. And then finally, the positions we reduced. And remember, those are not really reductions because we've transferred the bulk of them into the grant funds, and the reserve FTE wasn't assigned out anywhere. So cutting the reserves in half just gives you less flexibility. It doesn't cut positions. And a couple things to note is that we, even though we're in declining enrollment, we did not reduce the classroom FTE out to schools. So typically in declining enrollment, you would also either shift the resources to another level, but for this year, we did not do that. I will expect that you'll see some of that in next year's budget. We're trying to keep a stabilized workforce out in schools. And some schools will see, just based on staffing, some schools will see smaller, some schools will see larger class sizes. It's just based on a staffing ratio. So we did not change the staffing ratio, nor did we change the FTE out to schools. Okay, so with that, it's a very warm room, and you get, I'll send out little bingo cards over the next 2 weeks to test you, Raylyn, on this. That'll be super fun, won't it? So we meet in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks when we come back will be the first time we will have public comment. But what I'll do on that Tuesday when we come back is I will say, here's what I know, what's changed. Here's maybe some additional highlights in the budget, things that people might be wondering about. And then we'll just open it up and let you ask us questions related to the budget book. We'll be fully staffed here. We also have an analyst team that's listening in, and exec team will be here, and we'll sit around the room and we'll talk about the budget. And so as you go through, make notes, put question marks, flag pages, say, I don't know what this means, and we will talk about that as a budget committee team. We'll that can also kind of count as deliberations, as your first step in deliberations is understanding the budget book. Then we'll take public comment. We'll see if there's any pending questions that we weren't able to answer that we could come back with, and then we'll go into that last week where we have 2 meetings scheduled to hear public comment, and then the last one is tentative, or 2 tentative. Anyway, am I close? 2 tentative, Wednesday and Thursday? Okay, so Monday and Tuesday are not tentative.
No, sorry.
No.
Mondays,
A meeting, Tuesday, Wednesday.
thank you. I had a little relapse into another world when it was like that. So that's how we'll navigate kind of the budget season. Hopefully you'll hear some public testimony about the budget. Hopefully you'll have rich questions that we can discuss. And again, we'll be prepared here sitting with you to answer. And 90% of the questions we can usually answer, especially as they relate to the budget document. So you got a little bit of homework. I'll give prizes out for the best questions. How about that? There we go. It's so much better when we're in the room together. It's a little more fun. Yeah.
More fun.
More fun. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Chair Harnish, and
Okay.
let us.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Superintendent. Really appreciate it. And Superintendent Castaneda, welcome. So glad you're here. And to everybody, thank you for being on this journey with us as we review the budget over the next couple of weeks. We do have our work cut out for us. So we'll come back again on the 16th, and then we'll come back then the following week for at least 1 and maybe up to 3 times that next week. So mark your calendars accordingly, and we'll continue the conversation coming up on the 16th. All right. Thank you, everybody, and the meeting is adjourned.